All right, everyone. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. We'll get started. Go ahead, Neil.
Hey, Scott, what do you think got away from you guys in the third quarter that allowed Phoenix and even Devin Booker to get hot?
Well, he's a good player, first of all, and then they started raining threes on us, attacking us, getting us out in transition, and we couldn't make a shot. And they had numbers throughout that third quarter. Yeah, they got their backcourt was they controlled the game, and Chris and Devin, they manipulate the pick and rolls and put you in some tough positions. But that first 9 minutes of that third quarter, we just could not score enough buckets to stay up with their threes. And like I said, it seemed like they were running on us. It was a 4-on-3, 3-on-2, 5-on-4. We didn't have our legs getting back.
Ava.
Hey, Scott, you've talked about the turnovers before. They were pretty evenly spread tonight. What were you seeing as kind of the root cause of that?
Well, they were crowding the paint. They're a physical team, as you know. They don't allow layups. They make you earn at the free throw line. It's old school basketball. That's a good team. That's a team that's going to give a lot of teams a lot of problems. They're very handsy. You got to be strong with the ball. We had some good looks inside with Rui and even Denny and Alex, three of our starters, and they swipe down at the ball, and they might get you. They might get your arm or your hand, but they're physical enough. They're not going to get called on those all the time. But those are turnovers. But I thought we played solid. I mean, we gave up a 3 at the end of the second quarter. In the third quarter, we just couldn't make enough shots, and then they got out in transition, and we just couldn't stay up with them.
Chase.
Yeah, Scott, what did you see from Daniel Gafford tonight in his first game back?
Every game he just shows me something that I really love. He was competing, plays with toughness, and we need that. He's going to keep getting better. I love his potential. I know we have the rest of this season. We're going to still keep improving him, but I see a couple of things tonight. I saw that he didn't do last game. He didn't have opportunities, but he was contesting perimeter jump shots, and you have to really shoot over him. He's long and he's outstretched his arms and he's athletic and he catches, he finishes, he's tough, he cares. I like that. I can't say enough good things about him. I just hope that he can keep building his conditioning up and he stays healthy the rest of the year.
You mentioned the impact that Chris Paul has made on them. As a coach and a former point guard, just what impresses you the most about his basketball IQ and how he can sort of control a game?
Well, the biggest thing you can see that they believe. He gives them a belief. Plus, they got talent. They got a lot of talent. Their big doesn't get enough credit. And Devin is finally an all-stars now. He's going to be an annual all-star player. But Chris Paul gives their guys a lot of confidence, and he controls the game. He controls the game. They're definitely going to be a tough out in the playoffs, but we all know it's playoffs are with their team. They're going to battle for spots down the stretch, and it's going to be an exciting playoff series out west.
Fred.
Hey, Scott. You mentioned kind of Gafford's potential. I'm wondering what is he like vocally when he's on the court? And I know it's only been 3 games and it takes a while to learn terminology and all of that. But
yeah,
how have you noticed what he's like personality-wise from that end?
I think it's too early right now. If I had to pick, he's quiet, but I don't know. He's new to the group. But I don't know. I can't answer that question. But I just know this: he competes, and if he's not vocal now, we can get it out of him. I love his toughness. I love his competitive spirit and his care level. You can just see it. He's engaged during timeouts. He's looking right at me. He listens to his guards, and he wants to do the right thing, and he's talented. I mean, that's a great pickup for us.
Chase.
Yeah, Scott, it was sort of an off night for Rui. Why do you think that was? Was it something that the Suns did defensively, or did he need to be more aggressive?
No, they were physical. Like I said, they make you play a physical brand of basketball, and if you don't bring it, you're not going to have success. And I don't think our bigs brought it tonight. And that hasn't happened with Rui. Rui's had a nice stretch of games. He bounced back. It wasn't one of his better nights, but he'll bounce back. He had a great game last night. You know, back-to-backs are not always easy for younger players. They have to wrap their mind around it. You got to deal with it, and you got to fight through it. Fatigue is a mental thing. It's not a physical thing. We all could do more than we ever would, ever can imagine if you just keep going out and doing it. And with Rui, it seems like he didn't match their physicality, but like I said, he'll bounce back. I'm looking forward to next game for all of us.
Ava.
Scott, just wanted to follow up on something you said pregame. You mentioned that you guys switched up some stuff to make sure that the younger players could see Russ's kind of preparation, even though you kind of have to keep separate in the locker room. Did you just mean you literally shifted who's in the locker room when, or what are you guys doing on that front?
Yeah, with COVID, there's so much, I don't know the exact spacing on each locker room stall. It's just, the whole thing is just, it's madness, but it's the right thing to do to keep everybody as safe as possible. But so we don't have, you need a football locker room to have all the spacing. We don't have that. No team does. I mean, I'm sure every team is, you usually have 2 locker rooms. On the road, we have 2 locker rooms, even for the coaches. But we moved some guys around, and it's important. Denny, it's important for Denny to see our leadership, how they prepare. It's a tough business. This is a tough league. It's 82 nights in a normal year that you got to be mentally, physically, emotionally just ready to give everything you have for your teammates. And there's times, trust me, everybody feels, an off day, but you can't give into off days. You got to fight through it. And for him to see that at a young age is very important. I've been in locker rooms, and I'm sure everybody in our team has been in locker rooms where you have veteran guys that not so good for your young guys, and they see some bad things. They see some bad habits. They see some unprofessional things. And, with Brad and Russell, they're not seeing that. I know what they're seeing, and I know they're going to get better from it.
Zach.
Coach, you talking about that just sparked something to me. Like, how are you and your staff doing, 50 games into this season of just craziness and just keeping up on a long road trip? How are you guys staying together during this year?
It's tough. I mean, it's tough on all of us. I mean, you can't, home games, you have Zoom meetings. I'm sick and tired of, like everybody else is. I'm even want to see you guys. And that's, in any normal year, I wish we had Zoom probably next year in the middle of the year. But it's definitely, it's hard. We're all social creatures. We all want to be next to, our friends, our coaches, our players, and this is hard on everybody. But I always tell our guys, and I tell myself, the good thing there's 29 other teams the same. I'm not experiencing anything the other guys aren't experiencing. There's a lot more things that are going on in the world that we should be more concerned over my particular mental health. But thanks for asking.
Just wanted to check in.
Thanks.
All right, Coach. I think that's it.
Be safe, guys.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Raul. Obviously, big shoes to fill for you, starting in Bradley Beal's place. What was your approach in stepping into that role tonight?
Uh, Honestly, it doesn't change much my mentality and the way I come to the game. I think every time we're missing a player, and more when it's one of our best players or our best player, it's tough to win games. But I don't think it changed anything for me mentally. I just always come out there playing the game and do, if I have to score, if I have to play defense, if I have to create for others, I just try to do that. And today I was feeling good offensively and just got going.
And what have you seen from Daniel Gafford so far, and what do you think about his return tonight?
I mean, he's great for us. You know, he protected paint, something that we need. Offensively, he's always trying to get offensive rebound. He's always finishing around the rim and give us like those, easy points where what we needed. So it's always good having somebody coming back from injury and playing and contributing for the team.
Ava.
Hey, Raul. Scott was talking about how he felt like the physicality of the Suns led to a lot of the turnovers tonight. How do you feel like physicality played into tonight's game? I feel like that's something that you guys have talked about before. I think like after the next game and a couple other games this season.
I mean, we got to come out ready to not get any calls, we just got to be strong with the ball, play tough. I think sometimes we are asking too much for fouls, sometimes more than anybody else. But, I think when you're in the spot we got to own the respect from the referees. And I think we just got to play hard, play through contact, play through somebody slapping your arm, somebody fouling you. Sometimes referee don't see. It's a tough game to referee. So I think we just got to be strong with the ball and take care of the ball. I think turnovers are always it will always hurt a team. And sometimes we go in stretches that we have a couple or 3-4 turnovers in a row and the team going around. So I think it's just being tough and I think sometimes choosing better time to drive, see if the paint, there's a lot of people in the paint, so you got to do something else. But most of it is just being focused and strong.
And then what changed in the third quarter there from your perspective?
I mean, we were kind of soft and they got going. They're one of the best teams in the league. And when you get a player like Devin Booker, where he didn't play that great in the first half, he's going to come aggressive in the second half. And we gave him a couple easy ones. And then he got it going and he got some tough ones. And then the whole team got going. I think Chris Paul also did a good job getting everybody involved. They're one of the best teams. We just got to play the right way the whole game. I think that was a 6-7 minute stretch that they just opened 20 points on the scoreboard, and it's hard to come back from that.
Zach.
How will, with like 20 games left here in the regular season, when you think about these first 50 games or so and just everything the league has been going through, I know with your home country going through a really tough time during the pandemic, just what has this season been like for you personally?
It's been different. I mean, a lot of emotions, our team had some good stretches, some bad stretches, some injuries that kind of, when we were starting to play well, we got some guys going down and we haven't played with the whole squad a lot of games. And then on the side, we got all these things going on. For me personally, seeing how Brazil is being hit with COVID and how people are, losing lives and losing family members. I know a lot of people there are losing friends and family members, and I'm out here, playing the game and trying to, not think much about it. It's hard, and knowing that my parents are down there, my family is down there, and I mean, you never know what's gonna happen, So I'm just trying to stay connected with them the more I can. They can't really come see me. I haven't seen my parents for like 2 years since COVID hit it. So it's been tough, but, I'm doing what I love. My parents and my family know that I'm chasing my dreams, and I think that's we got to see the positive. So it's been tough, but everybody going through tough times.
Thank you.
All right, Howell. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead and raise your hand. Chase.
Hey, Russ, just what do you think happened in the third quarter there? Why were they able to take advantage to such a significant degree?
I just think we wasn't. They came out a little more aggressive than us, and we never picked it up from there.
And we know you've done a lot of kind of coaching up of Rui Hachimura this year. What do you think was different about him tonight? Obviously, he's been playing really well lately, but they were able to hold him to 6 points tonight.
Sometimes you have tough nights like that. That's part of the game. For him, he just make sure he got to be aggressiveness and make. So the adjustment for him is make sure he aggressive regardless of kind of what's going on.
Zach.
Russ, I want to talk more about last night just because we haven't been able to talk to you since that game. What did you see from the film that you guys were really able to do down the stretch and kind of come away with that win? It seemed like it was something to build off with everybody playing at least.
Yeah, I mean, when you have our full team, we play, you're able to know and kind of see what you get. And then, we play well. Hold on, I'm doing media, Cash. I'll be on in a second.
Ava.
Russ, Scott Brooks was talking tonight about how he's switched some of the locker rooms around so that the younger guys can see your game day preparation. Is that weird for you, knowing that some of the younger guys are just like watching you go through your regular routine that you've been doing for years?
No. It's not weird at all. It's a part of growing and being professional. I think that's a part of leadership is making sure you don't have to do exactly what I do, but I understand that it's mentally you got to get your mind prepared to be able to go out and be, as consistent as possible.
And Scott also was talking about physicality tonight and how that might have played into some of the turnovers. How do you feel like that played into the game tonight, if at all?
I thought it was big in the second half, especially. We wasn't physical on the defensive end. And then offensively, they got their hands on the basketball and, got out in transition, hit some threes.
Chase.
Russ, what did you see from Daniel Gafford tonight in his return, and just what have you thought about the impact he's made for you guys?
I thought he's great. Obviously he's getting his legs back. He's going to get his win back going, but his size, his ability to be able to protect the basket is big for us. And once he gets his legs back and keep going, and obviously we got to turn up a notch as the season kind of close in on us, but hopefully he can get back to full strength.
And when it comes to setting an example for younger players and work ethic and preparation, how much is it, sort of getting priorities in order in terms of, your life off the court? Are there sacrifices that you feel like people have to learn how to make, in their social lives or that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's huge sacrifices. But that part I only can help with so much. My life is a little different than theirs. I got 3 kids. They don't even – they probably live by themselves, a lot of the guys. So a wife and 3 kids, and my life is totally different on the sacrifices that and the time and the things I have to do, especially throughout my whole career. So it's something that they got to figure out that's best for them to be able to create some consistency in their own game.
I'm sorry, just one follow-up on that. Is that something that friends and family had to learn about you earlier in your basketball career where it's like, hey, it's practice time, don't ask me to do something else kind of thing?
Everybody know when it's game day, they know not to call me, text me. I talk to my mom, my dad, my brother, my wife, my kids. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Unless it's an emergency. Other than that, it's because this is my job. A lot of people see this as entertainment, but this is my actual job. This is what I do. And I treat it as a job. So, like any other job somebody have, I take their job seriously. I expect everybody to take my job seriously as well.
All right, we'll finish with you.
Hey, Russ. Obviously, you were limited on back-to-back somewhat to start the season. You were going through the quad injury, other things. At this point, would you say that you're just fully healthy where, you don't even need to have minutes managed, late in the second half here when you were still getting run in the fourth quarter?
Well, yeah, I'm about there. Just just try to find ways to keep our team going. Based on who's playing, who's out, who's in. It's a little difficult, but trying to figure out how to manage the game. But still trying to figure that out. And as we kind of go along this season and try to make this run, still trying to figure that out.
All right, Russ. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, just how did the ankle feel being out there for the first time in a little while?
Man, it felt great. With the limited time that I was out there, it felt natural. It felt good to be out there after this 6-game stretch that I've been missing. It was kind of sore at the end, but other than that, I just felt good being able to get up and down the floor, really.
And that injury, when it happened, looked pretty serious from just, like what we could see on TV. What was it kind of like your reaction to, the initial reaction and finding out that maybe it wasn't as serious as it looked?
I've had kind of like the same injury before with the same ankle, but I tried to play on it. So I kind of knew what I was going to go through. It wasn't as bad as the time I did it when I played in Chicago. We played Toronto, and I did the same thing. It wasn't as bad. I think it was like a minor low ankle sprain, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, swelling wasn't as crazy as I thought. And the recovery from the day of to the next day was quicker than I thought too. I thought it was going to be out for a little bit longer. But, with the training staff that we have, with the training guys that we have here, with the trainers and stuff, they work magic, because there was one point in time where I thought I was going to be on crutches for like 2 days. And then like the next day I was off of it.
Neil.
Hey, Daniel, glad to see you back. For the stretch that you were out, how at least were you still able to spend that time, maybe just learning the system, learning terminology, integrating with your new teammates and those kinds of things?
Every minute and every second of it, I really just tried to kind of like lock in on all the terminology, on all the plays and things that, we do here. It was kind of a bit, it was kind of a bit of a blur when I got out there at first, because, trying to keep up with those plays and stuff was kind of tough, trying to do that and then rehab and stuff, trying to stay in the mental space. So, focusing on coming back, certain things like that. But once I put my mind to it, I just decided to sit down, go through most of the plays by myself and try to remember as much as I can to be able to, just come out and play the best way I can.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? All right. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, everyone. That's it for tonight. We will see you on Monday.